Shifnaz, about you, I heard that the service that you're giving is kind of free.
Yes, it is totally free.
It is free?
Yeah.
Letter T itself can talk about around 18 to 20 things about a person.
Oh my god, where's my tea? I was
Yes.
supposed to. Can we do a live check?
Yes, please.
Let's do a live check. There you go. Guys, मेरी पर्सनालिटी आप लोगों के सामने आ रही है. रोशनी देख रही है, मेरे को छाट रही है वो वहाँ पे. Yeah. Hi everyone, I'm Aisha Sheikh here. Welcome to my podcast Chai Shai with Aisha, powered by Procast Studio Dubai in association with AMG Digitech Solution, your one-stop solution for all your printing, designing and digital marketing needs. And special thanks to our travel partner Takeoff Tours. Today I have two gorgeous people from the education field. One is Shifnaz, another one is Roshni, and I'm really looking forward to having some nice, interesting conversations with y'all. Thank you so much for coming to my podcast.
Thanks a lot, Aisha, for inviting
They are
us.
very serious people, guys. I have to make sure that I make them laugh now. So, are you ready?
Yes.
Yes. Are you scared?
No.
Little bit, but okay.
No, I'm not going to eat y'all. I'm telling y'all. I promise. So, yes, let's see how much of insightful this whole podcast will be. I'm pretty sure it will be, because considering the knowledge and the experience you both have, I'm sure it's going to be a blast. Now, coming back to you, Roshni, you are a graphologist. You are an handwriting analyst as well. And what not you do. You're a package, a bomb. And I mean, like, the graphology thing is the first time when I met you, that's the time I was like, graphology kya hota hai? Is it like the bar graph and all? Then you told me this is how exactly it works. But what actually motivated you to get into this field?
A couple of years ago, I wanted to do life coaching and NLP. So
Okay.
I started with the life coaching and NLP, and that's the time when I came to know about this handwriting analysis. Initially, it was just the curiosity and the fascination, how handwriting can talk about your personality and your health. But later, when I went deeper into it, the fascination and the curiosity turned into a passion. And that's how my journey began.
And how long was that?
This was during COVID.
During COVID?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what were you before that then?
I've done my MSc and I was working on and off. I've done into teaching, and then I've stayed in Bahrain for 11 years. I was busy and quite involved there. I came to Dubai in the year 2018. And that's when, I thought, I need to do something else.
Okay.
And that's, after that I started with this.
That's nice. Okay, coming to you, Shifnaz. You are dealing with students again, okay, helping them find the right kind of universities. Like, why exactly you chose this profession, this career where you want to be part of children's learning journey?
Actually, it just occurred very naturally. When my two sons, they started going to university, I found that it was very difficult to find all the information to go to each university. So I thought, why not help people out and do something useful as well? So it just happened very organically. I just eased into it. And besides, I am a former teacher, and my parents are teachers as well as my grandfather. So I guess it's a bit in the family as well. Something to
Okay.
do with education.
Everyone's a teacher in your family.
Almost.
That's nice. Teachers as well on board. So why you didn't prefer teaching then?
I did. I was a teacher, and then because of with the kids' work and all, I just took a
Sabbatical
break
from
that.
there.
Yeah, break from that, and then this happened.
Okay, awesome. So we'll come back to Roshni again. Roshni, nowadays children do not prefer writing. Like my kids, they do not like writing. They are more into texting and typing. Everyone has their own gadget. They make notes in there, and that is how things are happening. So do you really think handwriting is so important nowadays?
Definitely, handwriting is important these days. First and foremost, for the children to develop the interest, we adults and we parents and we teachers should start the habit of writing. It has so happened that, we do not write these days. Wherever I go, people ask me, who writes these days?
I do.
Yes, who writes these days? But then if they come to know the benefits of writing, because it is very easy and effective way of, empowering yourself. And then once they come to know, they slowly get back to writing.
Don't you think, like, after a couple of years, now itself you have seen even the schools have started the new trend of texting and typing and saving notes being digitalized. So after some years, I doubt that there will be notebooks and all. Don't you think?
Of course, the change is a must. Change is a must. But then we need to go back to our roots. In case if we want to connect back to our subconscious mind, to our own inner being, we need to go back to writing. Initially when typewriters came or, computers came, we thought, everything will change. But then still people continued writing. Yes, it has become less now. But then to get back to your own being, to have that inner connectivity with other self, we need to go back to
We
writing.
need to have that. Okay. So, Shifnaz, about you, I heard that the service that you're giving is kind of free.
Yes, it is totally free.
It is free?
Yeah, yes.
So you help the students find the universities totally free of cost. And who in the world does that? Shifnaz does it.
Well, it's easier for me also, and it's easier for the student because like nowadays with the cost of living, people want to save where they can, and so education sometimes it tends to be expensive as well. So if they can save a bit on this counseling, and because I'm partnered with many universities and institutes, I can choose what is best. What I think is best and what the student and their family according to their budget requirement. So I kind of enjoy doing this as well. And I hear people double checking, is it free? In a small wise, is it really free? I said, yeah. No worries, I keep repeating, it is free. Don't worry about that.
Academic counselors are very expensive in Dubai, by the way. I have a couple of friends of mine who charge a bomb for that. And I was surprised when you first said that, yes, Aisha, I do it for free. And I'm like, really? You should have at least a basic fee for that. And then you were like, no, I want to give back. And this is how I can help people. And that, intention of yours really touched my heart. And I'm so glad you're doing this.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Well, I wanted to move on to Roshni there. Roshni, there are so many terms. In the beginning of the podcast, I use graphology, handwriting analysis, signature analysis. Now, what does this all mean? What are this analysis thing?
Graphology means the study of handwriting, and the one who studies is known as a graphologist. Now, handwriting and signature analysis means the analyst will examine and analyze one's handwriting and then can talk about the personality, the nature, and including the health of the person. So this is known as analysis, which we come to know through one's handwriting and signature. And later there is one more term known as graphotherapy, which means through writing, we are giving the therapy to change or to get better results.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that is...
These are the main terms.
All right, perfect. And moving forward to Ms. Shifnaz here. Okay, it's not always easy finding the right kind of university, right?
Yes.
Do you face any kind of challenges when you are looking for university, perhaps in terms of costing or location or the students' needs? Do you face that?
When I look at universities, I make it a point to partner with as many universities and institutes. But the first thing I make sure is that the program is genuine. If I hear a whiff of that it not being something very genuine, I just leave it aside. Because in the field of education, you cannot sustain, and besides, you won't feel good going forward. It will be there always.
Right.
So I just make it a point because each student will have their own budget requirements. So some students will not mind going a little far in terms of distance if it's a little bit cheaper. The same program may be more expensive in Dubai.
Okay.
So I try to cater according to each child's budget requirements. At the same time, I don't compromise on the credibility of the program.
Okay.
Yes.
But any other challenges that you face while choosing the university?
Yeah, I do. I do face sometimes when I deal with people, some people they are very nice and it's easy. The job is easy and you enjoy. You come across people who try to, vent out.
Okay.
It's all part of the job, So I just try to, take it as
Despite
it comes.
knowing that it is free and yet...
I'm talking not only of the student, from the other side as well. Both sides you deal with very nice people and that's great. At the same time, you get both sides of the book as well. Yeah.
Okay, got it. Now, Roshni, I heard that handwriting can tell you about your personality. I know that though, but I have to ask this question. because you did check mine. So Shifnaz, I have to tell you that once there was, I had written few words and she just looked into it and randomly she was like, Asha, I want to tell something about you. Normally she doesn't do it. She takes permission and all of that. But she was like, because we have a very close bond, and she ended up saying that this is how you are, this is your personality. And I was like, yes, you're right. And that was just with the 2-3 words I have written. And that was incredible. Like, how do you manage to identify personality? With an example, if you had to give me.
Yeah. First of all, it's a scientific study. It is not that, there is a gut feeling or, we think something.
That's good.
I know. No, it is not like that.
Gut feeling.
It is a scientific study. So each stroke tells something. So if you have written a particular letter in a particular way, means it tells something about you. And more the number of times it is repeating in a passage or in the sample, which means that trait is concrete. Now, whenever I see any handwriting, what first and foremost we look is, the macro analysis, the overall how it looks. That definitely tells many things. And then we go deeper into it. Sometimes, wherever I go to any meetings or whenever I meet people, they will just say, can you please tell me, sometimes people try to write it in a, tissue paper and, tell, please tell me something about me. But actually, to get the deeper insight and to know the personality of a person, I need a proper sample, which is written in one go. It is not like I've written one paragraph or few lines now, and after some time I get up, come back. No. It should be in the one go, and preferably in an unrolled sheet. Because in an unrolled sheet, I know from where the writer has started, where it goes, where it ends, and everything.
The plain white paper, you mean?
Yeah, A4 size. Usually we suggest a unrolled A4 size sheet because, there the writer has got the independence to, to write anywhere, wherever he wants. If there are lines, you have to write on those lines. And then we analyze it. As I said, more the number of times it is repeating, it means this trait is concrete. And we come to know many things like your strength, your fears, the areas of improvement. Like, for example, if I just see your handwriting, I'll be able to tell if you're an optimistic person or, you have some kind of anxiety or depression, you are a talkative person, you are sensitive to criticism.
Wow.
You have high self-esteem or low self-esteem. You are a secretive person.
I think I need one in private.
Yes, many things. In fact, say for example, if I talk about letter T itself can talk about around 18 to 20 things about a person.
Oh my God, where's my tea?
Yes.
I was supposed to. Can we do a live check?
Yes, please.
Let's do a live check. There you go. Guys, मेरी पर्सनैलिटी आप लोगों के सामने आ रही है, रोशनी देख रही है, मेरे को छाट रही है वो वहाँ पे.
Yeah. One thing what I should say from your writing is about your thinking pattern. Your thinking pattern talks that you are an analytical thinker. Analytical thinker means, you can see finer details. You want to go into finer details. Say, for example, if there is a situation, you will see what are the pros and cons before taking a decision. Say, for example, this particular room, I will feel everything is perfect here. But when it comes to you say, that is not good, this is not good, because, you go into the final details of any incident or a situation. Because of this, these people become very good supervisors or managers. Because
and then you get headaches also equally.
Yes, you get. Because, you can find the faults easily.
Yes.
Yeah, that is one thing.
It has its pros and cons, isn't it? It's a good thing that you are so vigilant. At the same time, then, like, it backfires also sometimes.
See, handwriting analysis, there is nothing called good or bad. What works for me may not work for you. Say, for example, I might be talkative, which may not work for me, but for you it might work. Or say, for example, I am not a good team player, which can I see, in somebody, not in your handwriting, but I can see in someone's handwriting, that person is not a good team player. But that may not work for many, but can work for few, because of which they've gone and started their own business. Because they cannot work with others. And then they have become successful.
It doesn't show in mine?
No, it is, that particular trait, it is not there. And I mean, whether, you're a good team player or no.
Earlier, I was never one.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Now I am managing a huge team, so yeah.
Okay. And
anything negative you see in that?
I think I see a slight bit of...
That you can tell later in private.
No, that's okay. We'll tell the public. So, people should know that it is authentic. It's not all good stuff.
Okay. Sometimes I feel, a little bit of irritation when things don't go well, or, you are tensed, or, something is
Yeah,
triggered.
the month started like that only for me.
Also, I see, you're an individualistic person. Individualistic means you want to stand out in the crowd. You don't want to do what other people are doing.
True.
Yeah.
I
right?
cannot do, if someone is doing that, I don't want to do that.
Yeah. So it is not like everybody is doing, let me also do. No. You want to be an individualistic person, and you want to do something different. So if it works for you, yes, why not? Sometimes for some, as I said, what works for me, it may not work for you. Some people might take some wrong decisions because of that, just because, they don't want to be in the crowd. But if it works for you, why not?
Yeah, I'm like very much true. It is what she said.
Yeah.
And I have to force my mind to think of something out of the box, which no one is doing. So yep, that's true.
Okay.
Thank you so much. See guys, so authentic it is. और वो भी मैंने नींद में लिखा ये सारी चीजें. And yet you could find it out. Well, thank you so much. Coming back to you, I think you should pass on some of the information here so it's easier for her to deal with the parents. Okay. So first of all, how about you? Like, you are such a calm and positive person,
Thank you.
And how do you manage? Like, it's very difficult for teachers to be like that. Like, she's a teacher, I'm a teacher as well. We are on the loud pitch kind. Now the team will say, yes, that's true. We have to turn off our mic many a times. So how about you? You're so soft, calm. How do you manage to be like that?
Well, I don't know. I just always feel there's always room for learning. So I always try to learn methods where we can, cope with stress, and I'm always open to learning. So I try to, inculcate that feeling that whatever happens, you cannot change things.
Okay.
So only I can change myself. So I try to cope with stress by being cool, but I'm not always like that. I also tend to.
You
get angry
tend to?
sometimes,
I can
yes.
imagine how you would look like. I started imagining. It would be in the sweetest voice again. Okay, basically, what advice do you have for the students and families who have this financial burden on them when it comes to education? They are not able to afford. So any program that you know of and you would want to tell them about it?
Yeah, it's like according to each one's, qualifications, budget, and what board they come from, it varies. It's not a one size fits all depending on budget.
Okay.
So I would advise them, don't give up. There's always something, whatever your budget, there's always something.
There is?
Yes.
And
So
what would be the lowest then?
there's no one fit answer. Like some people, they have not studied anything at all beyond grade 2.
Oh.
So even though according to them, there may be some, online programs which will fit them. So at the same time, as I said, suppose the budget is low, but they want a reasonable degree. There may be options which are a little bit far away from the, cities, which is not online, it's on site, but that is available. So someone in the field will always, have the knowledge. So as I said, it's not a one side depending on budget. There's other criteria as like, what entry qualifications, what board you studied in. So it's
all of that.
Yeah, it's like that.
So 500, I can pay only 500 for my fees.
Yes.
So can I get admission into a university?
Yes, you could. There are online options. For example, certain countries, like third world countries where the fees are low, they are allowed to operate with people from their country because they are licensed to provide education to only people from their country. So we could search for an option like that. So there are always ways. And I would say whatever the case, whatever the budget, always try to educate yourself, whether formally or informally. Because education never ends. You have to keep on learning.
Okay.
As our prophet said, peace be upon him, seek knowledge from the cradle to the grave. This is very true.
Wow. Like that. Okay, coming back to Roshni again. I'm back. How about the signature analysis? We did have a workshop on that, and you did mention that there is a particular style that you are supposed to sign. Any tips and tricks you would like to give someone who would want to legally go and change the signatures now?
Yes. As I said, handwriting, it talks about you. It talks about your personality. When it comes to signature, it does talk about you. Plus, it is telling what you want to convey to the outside world. Okay. Because your signature is the biggest affirmation that you can send to your subconscious mind and to the outside world. And that is the reason your signature should be simple, neat, authentic, free from any kind of circling, no circling, and no striking it off or no scribbling. So it's very important. Now, some of the elements, if I have to mention it to you, I can say your signature should always start with a capital letter. And it should be 4 times bigger than the rest of the letters. And very important, which most of us miss, is, the signature should have your own name, at least the first name. The second name is preferred, but at least it should have your first name. And it should go 45 degrees from left to right. It should uphill 45 degrees left to right. And it should have a strong underline, which is straight, a strong straight underline. And it should be readable. If not fully readable, it should be at least partly readable. Okay. Now, when it comes to signature, many of them, they tell me, how can we change the signature? Everywhere in the bank and the official records, a signature is there. No, we are not telling to change the signature. We just tell you to practice it. Every day, take a book and practice it as many number of times it's possible. Start with writing your own name. For example, if you have a scribbling signature, which is not suggested and it indicates something, instead what you do is start writing with your own name. And then if you think, you will feel the difference. After maybe 30 days or 2 months, you will feel the difference. And then you can think of it.
Okay.
If required. But always your signature should have your name, and start just by practicing it.
I was supposed to ask you about that, the scribbling one, because mine is just how you have mentioned. And it is so readable that anyone, a KG child, can read it. It is that readable. So I was told not to have a signature like that. It's just like writing a name, So now I'm on the safer side, that means.
Yeah, mostly because, we must have, most of us, started, signing when we were in grade 10 or grade 12 during a board exams. And, our parents or teachers, we just copied from, our friends. And that's how, most of us have, started signing, and which has continued for years. And, just because we wanted to make look it beautiful or something different, and by thinking mainly because we don't want others to copy our signature.
Right.
But remember, Aisha, one thing, complex or the difficult signature are the ones which can be easily copied. Not the simpler ones.
Yes.
So always keep your signature simple.
I have one more question about this, the circling part that you have mentioned.
Yeah.
I'll come back to that, why I'm asking.
Yeah.
So what if there is a circle in the signature?
Oh, yeah. 2 things it tells, but one thing is that, you are inside like a cocoon, very selective when it comes to, socially selective. You are being inside that. So, it is not suggested to have a circle, signature, circling entire signature.
So my whole family has that, by the way, and my previous signature was like that. Until I legally changed my sign a few years back. When I was like that, I never used to have friends, never. I would be very choosy with the people, and that too, not even in the family I would talk to anyone, a very highly introvert kind of person. When I changed my signature, that's how this face you can see.
Because, you're telling the outside world, no, don't come to me. I'm happy in my own zone.
Space. Yeah. And the change of name, I don't know, that's out of context for you, but the change of name as well, because my earlier name was different. Now this people would know. Guys, do you all know? Dishin, you know what's my previous name?
Something difficult you want to pronounce? No.
Okay, they don't know. Good. No. It's a very terrible name, and it had, kind of a crazy curse word, English curse word in that. And I didn't know until grade 10. Then one fine day, I had to legally, I tried for 10 years to change. Then legally, I had to go back and change the name to Aisha Sheikh. So my real name is not Aisha Sheikh.
Yeah, signature, name, it is said that you can change it only once. But signature, you can change any number of times. Like, you tomorrow you decide you want to change, you go to your bank and they will give you a form, and sometimes they ask for a photograph, and then you can change the signature.
Then we can change. Yeah. But I think it is exactly the way you want it.
Yes. I've seen your signature, and it is almost there.
It's almost there.
Yeah, it is there.
But I do have a Nakli signature for the certificates and this, like I cannot be using my real signature everywhere. So we have another one. So that works.
No, it is suggested to keep a single signature, to portray that, you are authentic. One person, everywhere, wherever you go, you are that.
Same person. Sheikh,
Okay. Yeah, same person.
But I do have another one. There's a mix. So I'm a split personality now.
Kind of, it is not suggested.
Okay. Cool. Okay, coming back to you, Shifnaz. So, what are some of the common factors students often overlook when choosing a university? And also, what would you say is the biggest misconception about university selection?
Well, coming to misconception, some people feel that, because low marks or for a particular board of studies, which is not very common, that they won't have chance in a global university. This is not correct, because
Okay.
if you really look, and there's always a solution for everything, a good one. So I would tell people, don't give up on your dreams, and don't think that this course of study is not available. So always, have hopes, and when you look and, go to different multiple sources and look for a solution, you will always find one.
Okay, and then they can definitely reach out to you then.
Of course, I'm always ready to help. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sometimes some people have a shorter signature. They shorten it. Like, is it advisable?
No, I would say no. Always go for your, the single signature that we have. Because, with the signature, you're telling the outside world why you want to, degrade yourself. You want to, portray yourself as that one authentic, simple person. So go with the original signature that we have. And because sometimes some of the job requirements want them to sign many times per day, and because of which the signature can become smaller and smaller. In any situation, try and see that you have that single sign, which is your normal single signature.
Like my husband is actually a long one, and I don't know how he does it. So I have to tell him then. All right. Well, we have a nice round here. It's myths about your profession. So let's get the card, boys. So this, because you're a Sri Lankan Shifnaz, let me tell you, Sachi means yes. Okay, so it's a Hyderabadi slang what we do here. Okay, and then Baigan means no. Baigan is otherwise eggplant. But in my place, Baigan is used.
I was thinking, what is this?
Yeah, exactly.
Baigan is used for like random slangs. For in any situation they use, but here we have used for no. Okay, so Sachi and Baigan. Say it.
Sachi and Baigan.
Sachi and Baigan.
Baigan, and not Baigan. It's not Baigan, okay? All right, are we ready? We will start with Roshni first.
Yeah.
Okay. Handwriting analysts are also astrologers.
Baigan.
So you can't predict the future?
No, we cannot predict the future.
Oh, you can predict the past.
A past in the sense whatever is stored in your subconscious mind.
That you can.
It is stored, then we can tell.
So did anyone come to you like that?
Yes, sometimes they tell, can you tell my future? No, we cannot predict. We cannot predict the future, or we cannot tell, which nationality, or if the person has used the hand or the toes or the mouth to write. No, we cannot tell.
Okay. Next question over there. A person can never change his handwriting.
None. The handwriting changes. In fact, it's a good thing to change.
You have to show the cards then.
Okay.
Sachi or Baigan?
Sachi.
Yeah, they can?
They can change the handwriting.
Okay.
You see, if you see your handwriting.
No, then the question is wrong here. This is like a person can never change his handwriting. Then it is Baigan card. They cannot never change.
Baigan. No, they can change the handwriting, and it changes. In fact, if you see your handwriting, which was say 5 years ago, it has changed. That is because your personality also has changed.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the way we write in a systematic way, it automatically changes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. We'll pass it on to Shifnaz now. Okay. The very first question is, top ranking universities guarantee success.
Baigan.
They don't guarantee success.
No, absolutely there's no guarantee. It all depends on the person. Whatever the ranking of your university, you have to try hard. I mean the student.
The student has to try hard.
Correct.
What about these low ranking universities? Do they also provide that kind of service like the top ranking universities?
Same as in, that is a very ambiguous word. What I'm saying is, even if you go to a university which is not globally ranked, if you try hard, put in all your effort, definitely you're going to reap success.
Wow. Okay. Next question. Only STEM degrees are worth pursuing. Another Baigan? Okay.
Yes.
So,
No, that's not the case. See, you have to follow your passion as well as see the middle path. Passion is necessary as well as, you need to earn as well.
Yeah.
So you have to go in the middle path. It's not that only, scientists and all will make it big. There are niche people, niche categories where you are an artist. That's a very specialist field. So if you are really passionate and you're successful, you may even earn more than scientists and doctors.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So with that, we have this last part where we are sharing one message. If you have to give to our viewers, what would that be? Starting from you.
Well, I would always say, please don't lose your humanity. Always keep that human touch on your path to success. Help yourself and help others. Never forget that.
Okay, that's a cool advice. And how about you, Roshni?
Okay. So one advice, right? I would say get back to writing, because writing has many benefits. Major, to name a few, I would say it can increase your focus and concentration. And then it can reduce your stress and can make you remain calm even in a difficult situation. When you are happy, when you're sad, excited, it is always better to express your thoughts on the paper. Sometimes you have difficulty in expressing your thoughts to others, pen them down. And whenever you want to send a greeting card or a wish, it's always the handwritten cards are always the genuine ones, yes. And very importantly, we have a topic called as graphotherapy, wherein, in a systematic way, we change the writing. Every day we write a page or two in a systematic way, and then people get benefits. That is because whenever we write, we mainly use these two fingers, the thumb and the index finger. So what happens when you sequentially change, or when you write in a certain way, it triggers or it stimulates the part of the brain which is responsible for thinking, language, creativity. And because of this, the person feel empowered. Because of this, the writer gets result. And because of this, it empowers the subconscious mind, and you get better result in your health. Why do we get better result in our health? Because it empowers the subconscious mind. And when the mind is healthy, automatically it is shown on the body, on the physical body. Yeah.
So much of depth. No wonder, there was something I've been trying since a week to crack it down on a very big level. You'll get to know soon. And then I was all over the place, and I was so stressed why it's not being done. Until I put it down all on the book, and it was all clear. And I cleared it last night, everything. And it was like a successful thing. And then I realized whatever it is, it's so clear to me that every project I'm supposed to take up this month, it's all there over there. And it was possible because I could note it down.
Yes.
And I think you're right about
Always
it.
Note it down with the pen and paper, and you remember it very well.
Yeah.
You remember when we were students, when you read it, you remember. But you write and learn, you remember for a long time.
Visual learners.
Yes. One is, about the health. How do you find the health in the handwriting? Because it is very, people are surprised. That is because any illness actually starts at the mind level, and then it is shown in the body. So because our handwriting comes from our mind, it is brain writing. In the handwriting, the health situation, we can come to know 2-3 years before, sometimes even 2-3 years before, it is shown on the physical body. Because it comes from our mind. And that's the reason, when they start writing in a systematic way, we have graphotherapy for 30 days or 90 days. When they write in a systematic way, they find better result. And the BP, the sugar, especially the psychosomatic issues, they get better result because something is empowered here. Something is changed here. So health, you come to know much before than it is shown on the physical body.
Wow.
That is one thing. Secondly, they ask about kids, whether you analyze kids' handwriting and all. We do not analyze kids' handwriting. Analysis is done only for who are above 16 years. When it comes to kids, we teach that scientific handwriting, which has got the 5 scientific elements. So the kids, if they do consistently and the way it is supposed to be done, they get great result by following the way it is supposed to be done. So anything when we practice, it has to be done with consistency. It could be driving or swimming. You do it consistently and with commitment, they get great tangible and intangible result.
Wow.
Kids.
Amazing.
First of all, I would like to thank you for giving us this opportunity. And also, I'd like to say to people please, whatever your resources, whatever your position, never give up on education for yourself as well as your kids. Keep it as a dream and it will happen.
It will happen, inshallah. Thank you so much, girls.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Aisha, and the podcast team.
Yeah, and everyone, of course, the team.
Thank you so much. Okay, perfect. Well, thank you so much, girls, for being part of my podcast. It was such an insightful one. So much to learn. Obviously, I've attended your workshop, so I did know a bit about you, but yours, it was something new. And thank you so much for sharing your knowledge with us. Well, guys, that's Aisha Sheikh from the podcast Aisha with Aisha. Thanks to our partners, Procast Studio Dubai, AMG Digitech Solutions, your one-stop solution for all your printing, designing, and digital marketing needs. And special thanks to our travel partners, Takeoff Tours. See you all again.